you ever wondered about the Euphrates River and the prophecies surrounding it? Do you know what it has hidden for centuries? The Euphrates River, as we saw in 2020, differs drastically from the river we observe today in various regions. But why? Nowadays, has it become one of the most searched terms on Google, especially among followers of Christianity? And what are these strange and surprising discoveries that locals have been making on the banks of this historic river? In this video, we will explore one of the most discussed prophecies in Christian beliefs and unravel the mysteries it holds. For over 2 millennia, the Bible prophesied that the Euphrates, one of the largest rivers in Asia, would eventually dry up completely. This event would not just be a significant geographical change, but also a sign of cataclysmic events. The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east. Revelation 16:12. This verse has been the subject of intense analysis and interpretation throughout the centuries, arousing both curiosity and fear. The Euphrates River flows through the territories of ancient Mesopotamia on the Asian continent, a region rich in stories and biblical events. For many Christians, the Euphrates is not just a body of water, but a spiritual and historical land. According to scriptures, this river was one of the borders of the Garden of Eden, the paradisiacal home of Adam and Eve and all the animals created by God at the beginning of time. Furthermore, the Euphrates was designated by God as one of the boundaries of the promised land to Abraham's descendants, as described in Genesis 15. This place is also known as the cradle of the Babylonian religion, founded by Nimrod, and is the region where the infamous Tower of Babel was erected. The book of Revelation, chapter 9, brings us an even more dramatic vision. With the drying of the Euphrates, an unimaginably large army consisting of more than 200 million soldiers will begin its march from the east. What's most intriguing is that when the Apostle John wrote these words, the world population did not even come close to 200 million people. This fact alone adds a layer of mystery and terror to the prophecy. And as if this were not sufficiently alarming, the biblical text goes even further by saying, "And the 4 angels who had been prepared for the hour, day, month, and year were released to kill 1/3 of mankind." Revelation 9:15. This passage has been the subject of numerous interpretations and speculations over the centuries. The Euphrates is mentioned in several important passages of the Bible. In Genesis 2:14, it is one of the rivers that outline the Garden of Eden. It is cited as one of the borders of the land promised by God to Abraham's descendants. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, "To your offspring I give this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the Euphrates." Additionally, the prophet Jeremiah predicted the drying up of the Euphrates. Jeremiah 58:38-39. "A drought is upon her waters, and they will be dried up. It is a land of idols, and they are mad over their terrifying idols. Therefore wild beasts shall dwell with hyenas in Babylon, and ostriches shall dwell in her. She shall never be inhabited or lived in for all generations." Some say that the scenes I'll show next, supposedly recorded in this river, might be related to the 4 imprisoned angels mentioned in the Bible. According to the scriptures, when the river dries up completely, these 4 fallen angels would be released, leading an immense army that could destroy 1/3 of the world's population. Considering that we have approximately 8 billion inhabitants on the planet today, this would mean that about 4 billion people could disappear in an instant. At this moment, you might be wondering who these angels are and where they come from. For some Bible scholars, these are the same fallen angels mentioned in the book of Jude, chapter 1 of the New Testament. These celestial beings descended to earth attracted by the beauty of the daughters of men, with whom they had relations, resulting in the creation of a race of hybrid beings known as Nephilim. When God realized what had happened, his wrath was aroused, and he sent the great flood to purify the earth. But what happened to these angels? According to the scriptures, they were imprisoned in places of darkness, chained forever, until the day of the great judgment. Before we proceed with more details about this terrifying yet fascinating prophecy, I'd like to know, had you ever heard of the Euphrates River and its importance to Christianity? Leave your opinion in the comments and don't forget to give a like. If you are enjoying this content and want to see more videos like this. Now, returning to the prophecies involving the Euphrates River. It's important to understand why so many people are researching it. It turns out that the Mesopotamia region, where the river is located, has been facing a severe drought in recent years. According to information from the Ministry of Water Resources, the Iraq region is going through one of the most severe water crises this year, the worst since 1930. Due to these continuous droughts, local authorities estimate that approximately 1,200 families were forced to abandon the southern regions of Iraq, where agriculture is predominant. This resulted in a direct impact on the lives of thousands of families, many of whom depended on animal husbandry, one of the few ways of survival in that area. It was in one of these dry stretches of the Euphrates River that an extremely curious and even frightening video was recorded. This video, which has been circulating on social media, was captured by a group of archaeologists and researchers who were exploring the area. In it, it's possible to hear terrifying roars, reminiscent of a lion, but with a touch of anguish and monstrosity. Additionally, there are sounds that resemble the dragging of heavy chains, as if someone or something were imprisoned. Although we cannot confirm the authenticity of this video, it has caused a great impact and generated many discussions. Another curiosity is that the reduction in water volume in the Tigris and Euphrates rivers has resulted in unexpected benefits for the archaeological community. This reduction in water levels allowed the discovery of new archaeological sites, until then hidden, such as one that was built in the early 1970s and contains more than 11,000 years of history. This archaeological site, located in the far north of Iraq, has offered researchers a unique window into the ancient history of the region. Additionally, the drought revealed an ancient city in the Mosul region, bringing to light remnants of a long-forgotten civilization. This archaeological find is particularly significant because it happened due to the period of extreme drought in the Mosul Dam, which stores the waters of the Tigris, one of the largest rivers in Iraq. These discoveries have revolutionized our understanding of the history and culture of ancient mountains. Now let's explore the newly discovered city of Zajiko, located in northern Mesopotamia. According to researchers working on the site, this city may have been mentioned in ancient Babylonian texts, which increases its historical and in Zajiko, large fortifications, metal melted walls made of bricks, and even evidence of residential buildings were found, indicating an advanced and sophisticated urban community. Furthermore, archaeologists discovered a palace about 3,400 years old. According to these specialists, this construction could have belonged to the Mitanni Empire, which dominated significant parts of Syria, Iraq, and Turkey in antiquity. These archaeological discoveries are not only important in themselves, but also because they intertwine with the biblical prophecy of the Euphrates. They bring to the fore the question of how historical events and religious prophecies can intertwine in the history of the Euphrates. Its changes over the centuries and its role in biblical prophecies continue to fascinate and intrigue people all over the world. Reflecting on the Euphrates River and its importance both in history and in biblical prophecy, it's impossible not to be impacted by the magnitude of these events. The possibility that the prophecies of Revelation are unfolding before our eyes is something that provokes debates and deep reflections among theologians. In light of all this, it becomes clear why the Euphrates River and its prophecies have attracted so much attention and research. The combination of historical events, archaeological discoveries, and biblical prophecies creates a complex and fascinating tapestry of stories and mysteries. As we continue to explore these themes, new layers of knowledge and understanding are revealed, broadening our view of the past, present, and perhaps even the future. This video comes to an end, but the discussion certainly does not. I would like to know your opinion. What do you think about this ancient prophecy and the mysterious video that has been causing so much uproar on the internet? Leave your ideas and theories in the comments below. And of course, if you liked this content and wish to see more explorations like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss our next discoveries and discussion. A big hug and see you next time. Stay with God.